Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Leo in April 2021. What's going on, Leo? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. Leo, wherever you are in the world right now, I hope you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Continue to take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love, and extend some of that goodness, that kindness, that well-wishing, and all that lovely energy towards people that you don't know so well. Raises the vibration of the collective and puts some good karmic points on the chart for yourself in the process, okay? Leo, no other announcements here in April, so let's just do the regular intro, shall we? Anything you want from me, it's in the description box below. Timestamp is down there. Information on how to book a personal reading with me is down there. Questions before you place an order for a reading, just email me at the same address that's provided, and I will answer as soon as I can. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, there's a link for that down below. Interpret oracle cards over there every once in a while, a couple times throughout the week. Just for, you guys. And me too. It's good practice for me too, okay? Leo, let's go ahead and get into it. That's the beginning of your message. We'll expand on it later with this deck, as well as talk about the bottom of the deck for the overall energy. And at the end, we're going to pull an oracle card for some advice. And I want to point out to you, Leo, all these cards came face down. That usually means that something is hidden, something is unknown. And I mean, that kind of is par for the course when we're talking about watching a general tarot reading on the internet. There's usually something that you're trying to figure out. But that could also mean that you, Leo, are in an unknown space, and you, Leo, are in a phase or in a stage where you're not really expressing too much. So just want to point that out. They seem to want me to emphasize that. Okay? Now, let's see what happened. First card out, King of Pentacles. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be dealing with an earth sign. You don't have to be. No nails. Second card out is the Hermit in reverse. That is major arcana for Virgo. Could be dealing, but you don't have to be. And the last card is the Queen of Pentacles. Lord have mercy. In reverse. Earth sign energy all across the top here. So again, you don't have to be dealing with an earth sign, but you could have earth placements in your chart. Some of you might be born on the cusp between Leo and Virgo. Don't know. But wherever the case, take any sign that I mention outside of your own with a grain of salt. Now, what do we got here? Leo, it feels like several, there's more than one person in this situation, whatever it is, work, family, love, friendships, whatever situation this might resonate in your life. And we've got someone who's pretty okay and somebody who's a little less okay. King of Pentacles, I feel a huge victorious energy here. In name, of course, we would expect a king to wear a crown, but particularly this King of Pentacles with that crown on its head, it's really giving me this vibe of like victory, overcoming, have won, have persevered, have been awarded or rewarded for good efforts, right? So for some of you, this literally could be a prize, because also you look what's like sort of where the chest of the owl would be, and it looks like a bouquet of flowers, right? Or some type of, arrangement of flowers, which, sometimes we give flowers to prize winners. We give flowers to people when we're wanting them to know we think of them or we admire them, something like that. So there is this feeling of being adorned, of being, again, rewarded and being recognized as a success. Yes? That's good for whoever the King of Pentacles is. If it's you, Leo, congratulations. If it's somebody else, congratulations to them, but you might not want to hear that information, okay? Then we have both of these in reverse, the Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles. Now, in tarot, these would be a true pair. Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So they are same suited and they are ascension suited, Queen and King, okay? In my estimation, Queen and Kings are both masters. They're just different sides of the same coin, okay? So one's the head side, the other's the tail side, vice versa, okay? But the value is the same, yeah? The value is the same. The impact of the coin is the same, whether it's the heads that you're looking at or the tails, okay? In my estimation, okay? But anyway, so the Queen, the true match to the King of Pentacles, is not in a good place. Period, paragraph, as my mom likes to say. This Queen of Pentacles, together? Well, they did come together. You didn't see that on camera because I pre-shuffled the top, and we'll live shuffle later for the rest of the reading. But these did come together, and they fell out together, and then I separated them, right? So I think that's why we're putting these together. So the Queen, I think whoever this is, friend of yours, colleague of yours, romantic partner, business partner, relative, I don't know. But whoever your equal is, whatever that means to you, they're not in the same space as you, or you're not in the same space as them, because this can go vice versa. I don't want it to be that only Leo is the winner. That's not possible, because this is a general reading, but I am probably going to talk about it that way because it's your reading, Leo. But again, some of you Leos, this is you. Now, whoever this is, I think is having a real tough time possibly seeing themselves as the equal. Because the Hermit is about insight, particularly of the self, on a deep level, if not a spiritual level. Yes? And being in reverse, it's a lacking of that, a resistance to that, an avoidance of that, an unawareness of that. And as Queen of Pentacles, again, equal match to the King, or the true pair to the King, would have value, would have something of noteworthy, like something of noteworthiness or substance, and someone doesn't perceive themselves that way, or perceive their circumstances that way, or the recent events. Because this could be, even though they're a true pair in the tarot, this could have been a competitive relationship. This could have been a relationship where one person succeeds more than the other simply because of personal efforts or personal, like, I don't know. It could be, let's think of it this way. Because this happened several times when I was in college, and I'm just using it as an allegory. I'm just using it as an analogy. I'm not saying this is exactly it. But say you have a group project between two people or two or more people, right? And the professor says you'll be graded as a group, but you'll also receive an independent grade, an individual grade. Yes? So as a group, maybe you get a C. Passing, satisfactory, fine. But the individual King of Pentacles, maybe they received an A. And maybe this person over here received a D or an F. Does that make sense? Like, we are matched, we are together, we are a unit, we put in work together that was okay. It got the job done. The project was completed. We fulfilled our duties. We argued our point. We proved our cause, whatever the project is. But on an individual basis, someone is a little highlighted or rewarded while somebody else is not. Even though they both tried to do the same work or were contributing to the same project. Does that make sense? So, I feel that somebody here, though, going back to this idea of a hermit, they don't see themselves as being equals with you or in the situation. They don't view themselves as having enough, because again, pentacles can be about worth, self-worth, or monetary worth, material worth. Yes? So this could be, I don't know. I mean, I think that happens sometimes where, yeah, that happens. Where, like, say you create something. Like, okay, let's use what this platform that you and I are mutually sharing at this point, YouTube. I don't think this happened, but I'm just going to use it as an example, because YouTube was created by people. I think it was created by 2 or 3 people. And at the time of its inception, YouTube wasn't what it is today. YouTube today, because it's owned by Google, is a multi-billion-dollar money-making machine. And it was sold for billions, I'm pretty sure. But at its inception, it wasn't really worth anything. And people didn't know what it was about, or it was niche. Only like computer nerds used it, and only like geeky, guys who lived in their basement of their mom's house. It had a stipulation in the beginning. YouTube now is a huge platform where so many people find so much success by interfacing with it. Yes? Therefore, its value has increased. And over time, because pentacles can also talk about time, going back to this thing before I lose myself. So going back to the inception point, let's say those 2 or 3 guys, I believe it was, who created YouTube. Let's say 2 of the 3 stuck with the name, stuck with the platform, and eventually sold to Google. They made a fortune. The third person, and again, I don't think this is the story of YouTube, but stories like this happen all the time. The person who bailed before the benefit, before the profit, before the big buku deal, They don't have what the other person have, even though all three contributed to making this platform. Does that make sense? So someone here has kind of jumped ship because they don't see themselves the way they should. Hermit in reverse. Hermit is, again, about exploring the self, reflective energy on a spiritual level, if not just a deeply introspective. That is the word I want. Deeply introspective level, if not very much a spiritual level. And I think the King of Pentacles, whoever that is, they've done that work. Again, they've been crowned. They've been given flowers. They're being rewarded for their work with the Hermit energy, because that's what connects the two, right? The Hermit is the bridge between the King and the Queen, yes? And one side, I feel, has done the work, has done what they needed to do, has stuck through, has been reflective, has gone in and cultivated, gone in and done that introspective work, that hard work that the Hermit signals to. And the other side does not. Equals, but not... oh, wow, that's a terrible way to say. What is it? Equal, but not... I forget what that phrase is. It's a kind of troublesome, so I guess it's good that I can't remember how it goes. But there's something here where these two people, these two sides of a matter that are meant to be equal, possibly meant to be in partnership, because again, we're talking about a true pair between the King and the Queen of Pentacles. But one side is bailed and the other side is just like, all right, I'm just going to succeed on my own. I'm not going to leave, like, again, going back to this idea of starting a company, starting a business and sticking through even in the tough times, even in the uncertain times where, again, YouTube or something like Facebook or anything else, where in the beginning, nobody knows the potential of what it could be. And now look at it. Look at Facebook. Look at YouTube. Look at all these things that exist that when they were in their inception, nobody knew it was going to grow and become so massive. And become so proliferated in our lives and become such a, in terms of pentacles, financial success. So for some of you, this is about your financial success or your financial loss and somebody else's gain. Does that make sense? And it really, it really centers on someone not being aligned spiritually, not being properly, not making proper use of their introspective skills, whatever level they're at. They're coming in as a queen, so they're a master, but they might not know they're a master. Oh, okay, there we go. So I didn't even hold this card up in the upright, but you kind of look at it. Often the face of this woman, this queen in this card, it gives me sometimes the look of somebody who is in a fantasy or like not in their right sense. That's not meant to be an insult, by the way. But so why do I say that? This could be someone who, because of circumstances, because of their what's going on in their life right now, what's going on with them emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever, they simply cannot show up as the master. Their environment, how they feel, how they're thinking, their mental health, their physical health, whatever, can be a deterrent, can be the trouble spot of why they do not show up as a master. They are, because they're a queen. This isn't a page, this isn't a knight. They are a queen. They are the equal. They are the pair to the king, but they cannot see it. They don't recognize it. They don't feel it. So going back to this idea of starting a business with partners, however many, whoever it is, right? You do have some people who, yes, they are brilliant. Yes, they are savvy. Yes, they can be successful, but their anxiety takes them over. Circumstances beyond their control takes precedence in their life. They have a family crisis that needs to be taken care of, because that's also a queenly thing to do. Taking care of the home, as opposed to a king thing, which is taking care of the business, taking care of the outside world. Yes? So there could be discrepancies in this person's personal life that prevent them from showing up in a business relationship ready to commit, ready to, rake in the success, rake in the money, rake in the profits. Does that make sense? So in some senses, this is not this person's fault. In some cases it is, because again, the Hermit asks us to look inside and cultivate something from within, dive deep within, and then you'll be able to transcend your outside experiences. But someone possibly didn't do that. It could be one, it could be a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B situation, okay? All right, so what else is going on here for Leo? Please show me more regarding the situation for Leo. What else is happening here? Show me more for Leo, please. One more for Leo, please. Thank you. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. All right. So, first card out. 9 of Swords. Oof, my back suddenly pretty tight. What the hell's that? Don't like that. Okay, anyway. 9 of Swords. 8 of Swords. Guess that means I'm taking a break after this video. 9 of Swords, 8 of Cups. And then the Knight of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, could be dealing, but you don't have to be. Mirror. Reverse mirror, they're telling me. Okay. So, reverse mirror, they're telling me. So, this Knight of Swords is for the King of Pentacles. This 9 of Swords is for the Queen of Pentacles, excuse me. Suddenly congested, that's really weird. And then the 8 of Cups would be central to the Hermit in reverse. So, Knight of Swords with the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles now is going to make big, quick moves, decisive moves, okay? Whoever that is, you or someone else, Leo, I don't know. It does not really matter. Well, I guess it matters to you, but in the sense of the general reading, I can't tell for sure. So this person, I think, is fired up. Not in a negative way, but like I feel they're very inspired. I think whatever success has been garnered here, whatever money, whatever prizes, whatever, incremental successes, like I feel like leveling up. Like this person knows, oh, I'm leveling up. Even though they're already a king, they're like, okay, well, maybe that's it. Maybe you want to move from being a King of Pentacles to like the Emperor. Or like the Hierophant or something like that, one of those big time players in the major arcana. You get what I mean? So somebody here knows, even though I'm at this place, I don't want to plateau here. I don't want to just have this type of success, or there's more for me to have, more. And it's not in a greedy way for the most part. It's not like, oh, I'm rich and I just want to be richer, or I'm a millionaire now I want to be a billionaire. Maybe that's true in some cases, but it's not about greed. It's in some cases it's about the experience, or it's about the challenge of trying to outdo the self. So maybe it's a little egotistical as opposed to being materialistic, if that makes sense. But there is sort of like this, all right, now that I have this, what else can I have? Now that I've attained this, now that I've achieved this, now that I've earned this, now that I've won this, what else can I have? And the pursuit is on. Knight of Swords, pursuit. Not interested in sticking to what has been, or sticking to stagnancy. So that's a little bit of a contradiction, or a little bit of a challenge, because the King of Pentacles in this whole top line being Pentacles, Earth energy, is stuck, or is about firmness, stability, and not really, shaking things up too much. But there is, I feel, for the King of Pentacles, soon to be, if it hasn't happened yet, there's soon to be this desire to get back out on it, get back out on the horse, get back out on the road, get back into the lab, back to the drawing board, get back at this seeking energy, more. Again, I don't think it's greed or materialism. It can be for some, but I think it's more of an ego thing, more of a, I want to prove to myself that I can do more than what I've just done. I want to outdo myself, right? 9 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles energy in reverse with the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel someone here is possibly with the fox in the background there. For some, because of the tie to the Hermit in reverse next to the Queen of Pentacles. For some, going back to what I was saying, spiritual endeavors. This is a dark night of the soul for this person. But they might not recognize it as that because, again, the Hermit is in reverse and they are in reverse. So the recognition of a dark night of the soul might not be there, but that is in some cases what's going on. And there's a lot of despair over this. There's a desire to outwit this, to outrun this, being that it's a fox. Can't do that. Dark night of the soul, it comes when it comes, and it's there for however long it's going to be there. You can't outdo it. It's not a case of mind over matter, because when dark night of the soul hits you, because again, this is in reverse, this energy is wanting something, is desiring something, is in need of some type of correction, for lack of a better word. So you can't outrun that. You can't outsmart that. You have to live through it. And that's not pleasant. Nine of Swords is not pleasant energy. It's very high anxiety. It's very sleepless nights, insomnia energy. It's unsettled. So someone over here, for the time being, is going to be unsettled. For as long as they don't want to face this and turn this energy into the upright, again, going back to this group work thing, going back to this being a team, being a partner, being dialed into the same goal, right? If you show up and if we're doing a group thing, we're developing something, we're creating something together, we're doing whatever, everybody has to put in 100%. King of Pentacles says, sure, I'll put in 100%. Somebody else, says, oh yeah, I got 100% too. This person's like, I got 75. As long as this person comes with the attitude of, I've got 75, because that's how they view themselves. They view themselves as only being capable of putting in that much effort. They're only capable of putting in that much money. They're only capable of putting in that much commitment. Then they're never going to, or at least for the time being, they're not going to reap the benefits. They're not going to be rewarded. They're not going to be crowned. They're not going to, succeed the way that they want. And again, for some, it's the circumstances that they're in. It's out of their control. I don't have 100% of my time to give to this project because I have a family issue. I have issues with anxiety. I have issues with my personal life. I have issues with my health, whatever. So I'm not pointing fingers and I'm not trying to blame, but that's the reality that is encircling this person. They're having some reckoning or something has to change in their environment, change in their mentality, since this is swords. So swords does talk about our mental capacities, how we communicate, how we rationalize, things like that. So something here's got to give, but someone is unsure. Or rather, the way that they are sure is not paying out, because the fox thinks it's clever. The fox is a fast, quick-witted energy, and as much as it's a prey animal, or excuse me, a predator animal to smaller, woodland creatures like a squirrel or a chipmunk or birds and stuff like that, it's also a prey animal. So there's this caught in the middle energy. I am not as great. I am not as strong. I'm not top of the food chain here, and that can, in some cases, I don't want to say it's a misperception of self. I think it's, I don't know, somebody is like struggling to see themselves differently or see beyond their circumstances perhaps. But again, that's kind of not what the dark night of the soul is about. It's not about seeing beyond your circumstances. It's like diving deeper into those circumstances, diving deeper into the uncomfortable, so that you can transcend it. Again, I said that earlier about the Hermit. The King of Pentacles has done that work. Queen of Pentacles has not. Eight of Cups. So, both sides seek. We said that earlier with the Knight of Swords and the King of Pentacles, but both seek. And that's because we've had our fill. Both sides of this situation. All right, this has gotten me this far. What do I need to pursue now? Or where am I headed now? Staying still, either in misery or in success isn't going to sustain you, isn't going to fulfill you, right? If you have success, you want more, so you move on. 8 of Cups. Having dismayed or disjointed is the word they're giving me. Disjointed perceptions. Staying there is an option. Is not an option either. For both sides, there is this desire to progress, to move on from, to transcend. And the crappy part is knowing that you're leaving behind something that is familiar, whether it's familiar in a good way or familiar in a bad way. Success feels good, it's familiar, you're comfortable there, and to go out and pursue more might involve risk. Yes? Familiar, you can be familiar with anxiety, familiar with stress, familiar with, insomnia, whatever. There's a risk that those things could get worse. You get what I mean? So the 8 of Cups isn't a light energy of moving on. It's a highly considered energy of moving on. Meaning we know that what we're leaving we're comfortable with, and we could have something more, or we could have something not. We could go further or pursue and find something that we don't want. But the hope is that we hit the 9 of Cups, of course. So both sides desire to hit the 9 of Cups, to find more fulfillment, to find more happiness, to find more positive experiences and relationships and people and opportunities and stuff. But the outlook is probably different. I hope that makes sense. Overall energy, Leo. Seeking the 9 of Cups. What's behind the overall energy is the 9 of Cups. So very close by for probably both people or both sides of the situation. It doesn't have to be 2 people. This could be, 15 people. It doesn't matter. But very close by is the 9 of Cups. Okay. But the true overall energy is the Page of Swords. So there is a need for both people, or if not, no, they're saying for both people, to be studious, or to plot carefully, or to check the paperwork is coming through. Check the paperwork. Interesting. Anyway, there's a need to pay attention to details. There is a need for communication if it exists, or however it's transpiring, whenever it's transpiring, for it to be clear, not muddled. And there is analysis going on here. Now, those are all like some keywords and key phrases and ideas that we assign to the Page of Swords. What I'm mostly getting, because look at the face of the page. Hopefully you can see it if I hold it up. There you go. Look at the consideration. It's like a So for some, there's like decisions upcoming, and in the situation, there is a observational / spying energy going on. The spy portion is pretty mute, meaning it's not doing anything. Whomever has it, whomever's participating in it, they're not doing anything with the spy energy. They're just watching. They're just observing. There's no action being taken. The bird in the in the illustration, if you can see there towards the ground, is indeed grounded. So there you go, where something could take flight, where the bird could be off and, flitting across the sky, it's not. It's on the ground. So the action is minimal, if not completely still. But the act of spying, of observing, is ongoing. What you do with that, Leo, I don't know. Let's get a card of advice, and then we're going to wrap this up. So which deck has Leo's advice? Which oracle deck? Letters from Spirit. Or excuse me, postcards from Spirit. My bad. I love these because I don't have to interpret them, really. Sometimes a girl be lazy. All right. Oracle advice for Leo regarding the situation, please. Ooh, that one spilled all out. Let's see. That was fast. Leo, dearest you, everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, there is order, and we are always in awe of this. For you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and physical reality. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Swords. You need to get rid of the clutter. Whether it be too many stories in your mind, too many what ifs, or fearful thoughts of the past or future. Eight of Cups, Hermit in reverse. Instead, focus on the now. Empty your mind, clean your house, and throw out any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. Hermit also with that, because Hermit is about organization and cleanliness. You know, that Virgoan energy. We want you, discern what you have, sort, purge, clear, and organize. Action taking, Knight of Swords. We want you to have space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum as it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and to spirit free of distractions. You are so adored by so many. We hope you really know that. So I'm going to hold that up. Once it gets into the focused space, you can pause and reread that for yourself if you'd like. All right. Leo, that's your reading for April. If this reading resonated with you, please hit the like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated. If you choose to share, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not done so far, and be sure to hit the notification bell as well so you can see when I do uploads on the channel. Okay, Leo, if you want to get at me for a personal reading, again, check the description box below for information on how to do that. I will be back soon to do your mid-April readings. Until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.